These are the six different methods that's possible for an ERP to integrate ERP or a point of sale system to integrate for e-invoicing. So, like there is a direct API integration method. So you can always go via an e-invoice solution provider, middleware, and these are some of the methods to which you can connect with your middleware and then transmit the data to that. So the first and one of the popular methods is direct API integration with ERP. So your ERP is already in place. The business and the operations teams, the finance teams, they all work on this, but on a particular ERP, which is a standard in your organization or your enterprise. So it has the invoice data. It has probably majority of all the invoice fields that are required to generate an invoice. So this also has an internet connection. So this would be a cloud ERP, or like it would be a centralized database which always has an internet connection. For this particular system, you have APIs that are developed, that are available as part of the invoice solution. You can integrate directly with these APIs, and this would directly integrate or interact with Zatka. So take information from your ERP. So as soon as you finalize an invoice and click on, say, submit this invoice as an e-invoice, or convert it into an e-invoice, some sort of that option. This calls the APIs in the background, sends data to Zatka, and comes back with the information that the invoice was successfully generated as an invoice or converted into an invoice, or it was not, and what are the reasons for failure. So this is a direct API integration method where internet is available and you're directly interacting via an invoice solution with Zatka. The second case which is possible is there is a point of sale machine. It need not have internet all the time, or even if it has, it connects with the store server. Also, there could be some lag, some delays when the data is going to that car and coming back. So you don't want your customers to wait. You should actually give real-time invoice copies to your customers. So this is a case where the POS could generate the XML and QR code. So the point of sale, with the help of the store server, could generate the e-invoice and share the e-invoice copy with their customer and report it later. And this again, the reporting later would be through an e-invoice solution, where it takes up data regularly at an interval of maybe, say, every minute it picks up all the invoices, or every 5 minutes it picks up all the invoices, goes to that car, comes back with the response. So this is where internet is not required 100%, or internet is not reliable or stable. So this is the second case. The third case is where there is a DB based integration. So there is a centralized DB where you have invoices that are coming from different systems, different locations. It is all coming and sitting in one particular DB, and a custom integration or a custom, again, this would be similar to the API, but via cloud servers, you connect with the e-invoice solution, which reports or which communicates with data and communicates back to the database. So this is the case where, again, like the volume is high and every all data is flowing into a central database kind of a scenario. Another is a SFTP, file transfer protocol, where the APIs are not applicable and the system is very complex, or it has security or security concerns and stuff, where the approvals and everything is not so simple, straightforward. You would not go for an API integration in such scenario because your ERP does not support it. In such a case, there is file transfer protocol, where you generate invoices in your ERP, finalize it, put it in a remote folder which is on a server, and that from that folder, a e-invoice solution can pick up all the invoices that have been put in that folder and then communicate with that kind. The response can be added into another folder. So input is a separate folder, output is a separate folder, and your invoice generation cycle is complete. So this is file transfer protocol, completely safe and completely easy to operate with, but it has its own slight delay. Like each time you need to check it from the folder whether the invoice has been generated and all that. So if your ERP is complex and does not allow APIs to hit directly or connect directly with your ERP system, then this FTP or SFTP based integration is an option for you. Another thing is UI-based e-invoicing. So if you have a low volume of invoices and you don't have a proper order management or a billing system which is generating e-invoices currently, and you want to punch in all data or type in all data, so this is a web UI interface where you will get it is similar to a form where you can enter all the details and then finalize and send it as a convert it into an invoice. The invoice solution, which is giving you the form and supporting the invoice creation, this would also communicate with Zatka and give you back the details. So you can actually download the invoice from that particular solution, also download PDF A3s and email invoices and all that. So this is how you create on a web interface where forms are there and you input data. The last method is via an Excel upload. Again, this is this is possible for large volume and low volume. You don't use a solution or you don't generate invoices very frequently. It is generated. The requirement is that you have to generate once in a day or once in a few hours and things like that. You have your data in your order management system. You prepare an invoice and export it as an Excel, upload it onto an e-invoice solution, generate an e-invoice and take it back. So this is a solution which would give you responses real time, but then the invoice requirement is not so fast, and you're not opting for any of the API, FTP, or DB based integration. The ERP or order management system is not allowing for these kind of integrations. So you have to download or prepare data in your system and order management system, download it as an Excel or a CSV, and then upload it into the invoice solution. So this is the set of six different ways in which you can generate invoice. Depending on your system, your business, how fast it is, what's the requirement, what are the type of your customers. So these are some important questions which will help you answer which should be the solution that you should opt for. So these are some inputs from our side on how to integrate for e-invoicing and choose the right method for your business to work and function smoothly even in the e-invoicing era. So going ahead, Aniri from my team would take you through the rest of the slides.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay. So, like we understood that what are the types of integration, and depending on what business use case that you have, you can opt for any of the six methodologies. Of course, the efforts, the automation would totally depend on which of the six approach you and your team is choosing. So, it is advisable that you guys consult with maybe a tax expert or a tech expert first, keeping your invoicing requirements as an underlying feature. Other than that, they also taking into consideration if you have internet connectivity, you do not have internet connectivity. Do you have like retail stores, or is you do, it's not a retail business, it's only B2B business where it's more of the less of invoices and more of high value transactions. So depending on each type or each of the requirements, you can choose the methodologies.